Hi YouTube family, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. Today is our first Sunday back to church. I'm sitting with the girls in the back and we are heading now around 10 in the morning to church. I will share clippings of today, what we're cooking today, and just feel that I want to share this little clipping with you all. The place looks very gloomy today. The weather is starting to get back cool in the morning and cool in the evening, so it's actually time for sweater now in the mornings and evening. Let me know how your day is going so far. Let me know what the weather is like where you're at, and stay tuned for some clippings for the rest of the day. We had an awesome church service today, and Natalie's trying to get a clipping of our golden arrowhead flying here at the church. We have a church that people from all over the world come to this church, and we have a group of Guyanese people that also attend this church. She's trying to get a good shot of the golden arrowhead flying right at the back here in the line of the flags. If you watch carefully, you'll see the golden arrowhead, which is our Guyana flag, flying here in Canada at our church. On our way home, we're gonna make a stop here at Walmart to pick up a few things, and then we're gonna head on home. Coming back home after 1 month of vacation, our fridge was empty. There was no fruits or no fresh produce, so we have to restock now, and I'm trying to get my hands on some things that we need for this week here. We go through a lot of lemon and lime because the kids like to make lemonade, and I use lime to wash all my meat and fish. I find some nice green mango here to make fish curry. The strawberries are still out, but they're not so great. My kids love salad, so I always have to keep a variety of vegetable in my kitchen.
You're so cute. And look at it. Mini, you can tickle them.
So today we're gonna be making some fresh crab curry that I bring from Guyana. I just pull out a few pieces because I want to cook them while they're still fresh, and today I'm going to be adding a squash into my crab. There's a few things that you can add to crab curry to thicken up the sauce and the gravy, and squash is one of them. You can also add edos, baigan or balange, and a few other different things. Today we're going to go the squash way, and let me show you what I have here in the bowl. I already washed the crab a few times, and I have some nice big tent here. I have them soaking in some water. I'm gonna go get somebody to help me peel up the squash, and I'll show you all how we prepare this beautiful Guyana crab curry. So Natalie is gonna help me to cut and peel the squash, and she's gonna use a peeler, which is easier to peel instead of using the knife. She already knows what to do because she did this more than one time. It's so easy with the peeler, and then you just have to remove the seeds. While she's doing this, I'm gonna start getting up the spices for the crab curry. For this crab curry, I'm going to be toasting up some fresh ground cumin or geera to go with this crab curry. I like to do a little bit at a time. That can last me for a few weeks, so it will stay fresh all the time. So Miss Natalie finished peeling the squash and removing the seeds, and now she's cutting it up for me. Deep into concentration. Natalie! Oh boy. This girl is gonna be an awesome good cook. He loves to spend time in the kitchen with me, always offering a helping hand. So these are some of the ingredients I'm going to be adding to crab curry. I have here 1 onion. I have some wirrie pepper for flavor. Any pepper can work for this recipe. I have some garlic, some broadleaf or thick leaf thyme, and I just picked a fresh bundle of green onions from the garden. Natalie already cut up the squash for me. Today I'm going to use my food processor to crush up all these ingredients and give me a chunky texture. And for one of the viewers, 2075VJ, you were inquiring about the green sauce that I make for the curry. I'm not sure if you're referring to the green seasoning or the sauce. Today I will show you step by step how I prepare the seasoning and how I prepare the curry sauce. And green seasoning can be made in many different ways, depends on what you're making. Some dishes take more ingredients, some dishes less, some dishes specific ingredients to bring out those special flavors. So there are many different ways to make a green seasoning. So I do not make large batches of green seasoning. I make small batches and leave them in the fridge for a week, because I find when I make large batches and I freeze them, the flavor is not as fresh and as delicious as when you grind a fresh batch every week. That's only my opinion. You can use a blender, a mini chopper, or a food processor for this process. You can even use a mortar and pestle, or you can finely chop these ingredients if you don't have any of those. So for my friend 2075VJ, first I chopped up my ingredients before putting them into my food processor. And this is because I'm not sure what you're referring to for the green sauce. So I'm showing you how I'm preparing my green seasoning for this crab curry, and then I'll show you how I put together the curry paste as well. So this will give me a chunkier texture, and that's what I'm looking for. So in this bowl here, I have some roasted ground geera that I just toast up, some turmeric powder, and some lawless curry powder. Any curry powder will work for this recipe. And you can also use some masala if you like, but I'm not gonna add any into mine. This is the texture that I'm looking for in my seasoning today for this crab curry. I'm looking for a little bit of texture and a little bit of water in there. And then we're gonna go right in and mix this up nicely. So now I'm gonna go in with all my ingredients, and this is how I'm making that sauce for the curry. And in the oil, we're gonna fry this up until the color changes to a nice brown color, or when it starts sticking to the bottom of the pot. At this point, you want to cook your curry paste into a medium to low heat, nice and slow, to develop that nice beautiful color and for all the spices to really mingle in together with the ingredients.
It smells so nice, Mom.
Yeah, you can smell the scent of the wirrie or wirrie pepper, right?
Yeah.
That makes a nice flavor for this curry. So now the paste is getting brown and it starts sticking to the bottom. I like to go in with a little bit more of water. We really want to cook the spices well. We're gonna mix this in. I'll leave it for about 4 minutes so all this water can evaporate. Hubby just blended a coconut for me, and we're gonna be adding some coconut milk in here. Coconut milk gives seafood a beautiful, delicious flavor. So while my curry paste is cooking, over here I have some sorrel boiling up here, and this sorrel the kids are gonna have tomorrow with their lunch. They love sorrel drink, and I love to make the natural drinks for the kids instead of aerated drinks. I think they had a lot of that in Guyana. So our curry paste is coming nicely. I'm gonna add my salt at this point. And then we're gonna mix this in. I'm gonna allow the crab to reduce its natural water before we go in with the squash. And look how beautiful this is. All that seasoning is coated in the crab. And I am drooling already. My, the crab is cooking up nicely. You see the color has changed now to a reddish color, and it smells amazing in the kitchen. I'm gonna let a little bit more of water reduce before I add my squash. When you're making dishes like these, you want them to cook nice and slow for all that ingredients to really seep into the crab. I'm gonna go in here with the squash now. We're gonna give this a good mix, and that will help to thicken the sauce nicely for the crab. And we're not done here yet. We're gonna also add our coconut milk, which will give it a nice, sweet, delicious flavor. And coconut milk and crab goes very well together. And now I'm gonna go in and add my coconut milk mixed with water, freshly blended by hubby. We just need about 2.5 to 3 cups of liquid, and this will be enough to cook the squash and the crab. I'm gonna cover it now and leave it to cook on medium to low heat until everything is really married in nicely together. While the crab is cooking, let me show you what I brought back from Guyana. I brought back some chick mince and some gold fingers, and for all those who don't know these snacks, these are popular snacks from Guyana for many years ago. I have my cute little color Ziploc bags that I'm gonna be sharing some of these chick mince and goldfinger to some of my friends who didn't had them for a long time, and some who never had them before. In Guyana, when we were younger, we used to use the goldfinger or the candy wrapper to make a ring for our finger, and because the goldfinger is this color, it was the perfect one to make a ring. So we would fold it nicely, wrap it around our finger, give it a twist, and then we will wear it for the rest of the day and just pump a scene that we have a gold ring on. Who remember this? Leave in a comment and let me know. Isn't that cool? When we were growing up in Guyana, we were very creative, and the simplest thing made us happy. So come and get your nice chick mint and goldfinger, 5 for $1. We never used to call these by name. We used to call them sweetie. That was what we call all candies back in the days. Our crab and squash curry cooked in coconut milk is done. I'm gonna turn off my stove and I will be plating up soon. And now it's time to dig in for this crab curry. My crab cooked in squash and coconut milk. I just need a little bit of rice for this. And I'm gonna go in with my fingers and let you all know how this delicious Guyana crab tastes. For all my friends abroad who didn't had Guyana crab curry for a long time, I'm gonna take the first mouthful for you. And I'm going in here now to taste the freshness of this beautiful Guyana crab. So let me go in right here for a little bit with some gravy, and I made it with not too much gravy because we have squash to go with it, and I am drooling already. So the first mouthful goes always to the viewers. Crab curry with coconut milk and squash and some nice wirrie pepper. It's divine. I'm gonna go in for a piece of the crab, and I have one of these little legs here or foot. And how I eat mine, I like to bite the top off like that, bite the bottom off, and then you just suck on one end like this. You get the whole crab meat like that right out. That's how I like to eat mine. Cheers. As fresh as can be. This is only a few days old. So I'm gonna sit down and enjoy the rest for everyone. Thank you all for watching. Please stay tuned for more Guyana video and more amazing recipe to come. This is my plate after I finish eating my crab. I really enjoy this crab curry. Not one grain of food is left on my plate except for the shells of the crab. That's how good it was. Thank you all for watching.